Hello guys, welcome back to this my page again. If today is the first time you are coming across this page, please subscribe and follow this page and share, like all my video. You get this video when we say I want share, give una, make every one of that to watch. I want show this video. Una see am. According to what they happen, the update concerning Israel and Palestine war. So I want share on the update concerning the war as America does send their Secretary of State to visit Israel. Listen to the speech when we say the mass speech. Thank you so much. Gonna watch the video. This war not gonna get end at all. Gonna watch.
So it is 6 days since the war started. The barrage of missiles that came from the Hamas militant group has shocked and divided the world. It has taken Israel by complete surprise. The West is backing Israel to the hilt. And the Arab world, especially the population there, not necessarily their governments, but the population there, has rallied behind Hamas. But one cannot, of course, achieve peace on these divided lines. Now, the American Secretary of State reached Tel Aviv earlier today, and during his speech, he had two expected themes running throughout. One is about the American unequivocal support to the state of Israel. And secondly, it was the condemnation for Hamas for its actions. Listen in.
The message that I bring to Israel is this. You may be strong enough on your own to defend yourself, but as long as America exists, you will never ever have to. We will always be there by your side. That's the message that President Biden delivered to the Prime Minister from the moment this crisis began. We know Hamas didn't commit its heinous acts with the interests of Palestinian people in mind. We know Hamas does not stand for the future that Palestinians want for themselves and for their children. Hamas has only one agenda: to destroy Israel and to murder Jews.
We're yet to see as to what kind of impact Antony Blinken's visit, of course, has on the state of Israel and on the conflict. The West has already started to a relay of visits to the war zone after the British Foreign Secretary and the US Secretary of State, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, is going to reach Israel on Friday. Anthony Blinken is also expected to meet with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, and the people of Gaza are still very apprehensive about Blinken's visit. We spoke to a prominent Palestinian human rights activist. He explains as to how the United States has not only been a bystander, but actually has been completely biased in terms of how it has engaged with Palestinians and the Israelis. Listen in.
The West is absolutely a partner in crime. It's not like they're a bystander. The United States has been supporting this regime with billions and billions of dollars, with weapons, and with vetoes at the United Nations. So when Blinken says we want peace with justice, well, you cannot be serious about achieving peace with justice while funding this horrific army with such weaponry and military aid.
So let's take a look as to what some of the possible peacemakers are saying, starting with the Arab League. The bloc's foreign ministers met on Wednesday. They've urged the state of Israel to resume talks on a two-state solution, which seems to have been put on hold for now for a very long time. The move is part of a twin-track, one initiative designed to de-escalate the crisis, and secondly, to make Israel accept its refusal to negotiate has led to the collapse in relations with Hamas. Coming to Egypt now. Cairo has acted as a mediator between Israel and Palestinians in previous conflicts. Cairo has sent aid to Gaza, but because of Israel's complete seizure, nothing has in fact reached the people of Gaza. Experts say that the country is trying to distance itself from the escalating situation. Remember, Egypt has a presidential election coming in this December. Now, like Egypt, the Gulf nation of Qatar is also known for its mediation efforts in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. It has assisted the people of Gaza openly. Qatar has said that its priorities are to immediately end the bloodshed and to release the prisoners. An Israeli official has told Reuters recently that there are no negotiations at this moment that are underway. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has called on both Hamas fighters and also the Israelis to stop the violence. Now remember, Recep Tayyip Erdogan was one of the very first world leaders to offer to mediate. If peace talks are to start, then it is believed that Turkey and Qatar will of course have a major role. The leaders of many European nations, including France and Germany, are straight in their stance. They see Hamas as a terror group. That's how they're describing it. And they have shown complete solidarity with Israel. As we told you before, the relay of visits has already begun. The EU's initial response to the conflict was to announce the immediate suspension of developmental aid for the Palestinians, but after backlash, it is said that it will review the assistance and not suspend it. The West Asia's newest peacemaker, China, Beijing, has expressed deep concerns over the conflict. Many have wondered if China will try to promote itself as a regional peacemaker here. This is not unfounded. Remember, China had successfully brokered a rapprochement between Iran and Saudi Arabia. In fact, in the month of April, the country even told the Israelis and the Palestinian foreign ministers that China is ready to facilitate efforts towards peace talks. For context, China supports a two-state solution. Russia could also be a major player on the table. Even though it is in the middle of a war itself, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has called the creation of a Palestinian state as an absolute necessity and the most reliable solution for peace in the region. Iran's possible role in mediation remains unclear. Its supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has said that this week that his country defends the Palestinians. Tehran strongly feels that the West does not understand the issue at all, which is why their actions in the region should not be welcomed. And lastly, the United Nations, an organization that has lately come under a lot of criticism for not just being able to bring change on the ground. The body so far has condemned the violence on both sides and has warned that Gaza's complete siege could in fact lead to a humanitarian crisis. But when it comes to sitting on the peace table and ending violence on the ground, it is uncertain as to what role the United Nations can play.